Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All praises to our power, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, GMS. Peace and blessings to the elect, Shalom. Banning cash will lead to the MOTB.
The central banks know this. At some point in time, it all comes crashing down. When it does, the big banks go to the central banks and say, hey, we need a bailout. We've got systemic risk. That's when the central banks look at the big banks and say, no, I don't think so. They let them fail. The central banks have then wiped out the small banks and the big banks, so they are now the only game in town. They have 100% control of the money and the credit. If they control the money and the credit, they control you. And to hear Richard Werner explain this in his own words, let's go back to that article. Here, Werner talks about the Bank of England, but you can insert the name of any central bank. By supporting monetary reformers, meaning people who want to ban cash, the Bank of England may further increase its own power and accelerate the drive to concentrate the banking system if credit creation was abolished and there was only one true bank left, the Bank of England. It would further the project to increase control and monitoring of the population, with both cash and bank credit alternatives abolished. All transactions, money creation, and allocation of that money would be implemented by the Bank of England. Werner goes on to imagine how the PR departments of the central banks and the mainstream media would spin this, how one could increase their security and safety with this digital money. What if one loses one's direct debit card? No doubt some bright Bank of England spark, or else any of the talking heads in the media, will then suggest we should adopt the techniques long practiced with our pets, namely implanting microchips under the skin as our money of the future. Whether this spells progress, readers need to decide for themselves. So a cashless society, negative interest rates, and central banks being the only banks left on the planet, and microchips implanted under your skin. Using the GO scale, or the George Orwell scale, I want to hear what you think. Is this progress